family and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subs. Looks like I had a lot of water at my camp, so I'm going to have to clear this and keep my gear away from it. Yeah, it looks like we had a bad rainstorm Monday, and it was just crazy. I mean, there was the amount of water that dumped on us was unbelievable. But other than, having some water, excess water, I'm doing all right. So before I get to this, I've talked about modular packs or modular systems before. It's part of my mod. So this pack, really, it's only for out here. It's got all the cutting tools. The only thing it doesn't have is like a sleep system. But it's got, most of the critical items. But what I like to add on to it is one of my fire kits. So these are impact bags that I really like because, they've got all these different straps to tighten it up. It's got a little waterproof lid on it, so we're going to use this today. But the other thing I wanted to bring out is my haversack from last week. So one of the things I collected last week was a lot of bark. So I figured today we can go through this, and there's a little bit of fat wood and rocks, but this is a very smooth rock, like it was formed or cut. So, but I was interested in the quartz part of it. I've got some other bark in here, more wood, a dry piece of wood. So my goal is to prep my fire kit, because I've got a little burner in there, and see if I can light it with flint and steel. Now, I've never done it before. I've never been successful, but I got to move this gear out of the way so I can get rid of all this water. Okay, so one of the things I noticed with my videos, I have to up my audio because I don't talk loud enough. So anyway, I found this. Actually, Jesse found that. And inside this impact bag, at the bottom of this, I keep a can of char cloth. Now, this right here is a screen for the top. So, yeah, I've got my fire going just because I want to get rid of the mosquitoes. So I'm going to empty this out. So I can just use this and have that ready with some wood. But I'm not actually going to start a fire in here. I'm going to use char cloth, and we'll put that down here for now. It's hot and muggy. It's raining all morning. So this is my tinder bag. You know, I saw people having these, and I'm like, what is the big deal? Well, the big deal is you can keep your tinder in here instead of in a bag, because the bag may get moisture attached. So this came with my tinder kit along with that, which is a piece of steel and some chart, I think they call it. But yeah, I've got some other wood in here, some bark in here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this lid to process it. But you see I've got some red in there. That's fat wood. I would have to get some of that in there. So I'm just trying to break all these up. I need more smoke. So how do you get smoke? Burn something wet and green. You can probably hear that. Right next to the camera. And then do the Indian dance and get it. Smoke all over you. So yeah, I can never find big pieces of birch bark. I mean, this is what I find, but I'm just trying to get an ember in here. I'm trying to ignite char cloth, because once I ignite char cloth, I know I could blow a bird's nest into flame. For the lack of bird's nest. Oh, come on, get over there. I had to tape it shut. The lack of the material I have for a bird's nest. This. So it's always good to have something you can collect tinder in and make sure it dries out. So that's what I had this bag for. It also housed my stone. So now I beat the crap out of this stone. You got to use the sharp edge, and you got to strike it. So there's not enough stone that I can strike in this. This one I'm wearing out quick. Keep in mind, I have never done this. So I love that sound. keeps me going. No way is this an endorsement for what I'm drinking. So I'm going to put a good portion of sharp material on top, hold it firmly, strike it, not too hard, not too soft, just right. You see that spark? And I'm also doing it over this to maybe catch this on fire, because really all I need is one spark. That creates an ember, like it did right here. So you can see that ember and just blow it into something big. Like fire. It's easy as that. It's as easy as that. So, as you can see, I'm running out of stuff to catch a spark. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this down, let it burn out, or it burns me. Said I was going to put it in here, but that never happened. So, what I want to do, since I found, I'm going to put this back. The char material will get burned up. Yeah, so easy peasy. You know, and I tried it in my shop, but I didn't really understand what I was doing. It's just getting it, striking it down. So one of the rocks I got was a quartz. Did you see that spark? If you think I'm going to carry this around, you're crazy. So I didn't have this with me, but I think I'm going to start carrying it with me. I think there was another rock I found, but I was collecting. Yeah, it took us forever to cut this thing off a couple weeks ago, but that's going to go in my wooden buckets. This material. Yeah, last week we got more yarrow and some blackberries and raspberries. A few raspberries, more blackberries. But here's another one I wanted to test. What did I do? So, you see how that's sparking? So you don't necessarily, I don't think you necessarily have to use chart, whatever. I think what you need to do is find quartz or something with quartz in it. Now, I know nothing about rocks. So I wanted to go into something else. So let's say I didn't have this piece of steel. And I don't want to damage the back of my knife. You know, because I don't. This has got a weird design on it anyway. I should have safety glasses on when I do this. But you can also take a file and you could test rocks that way. And you can, even if you didn't have one of this, if you had a file, you could actually cut this off, carry it with you, and then you'd have a piece of steel, and then find a rock. But it is going to be hot, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. So I'm going to try to cut this right now with my axe. No, I'm not. I don't know if this is going to work. People are going to be, you're beating your axe up. You know what? My axe is already beaten up. Hey, let's start a fire. Oh. So, you know, I could go rock on rock. All I'm trying to do is get a little piece like this that's got a sharp edge that I can hit. But yeah, this axe is already mushroomed out. It's my old axe. The one I want is way too much money. It's over $100, so, but it's also a hammer. So I want to talk about this raised bed. My first video that I published, somebody in the bushcraft field, they published one very similar to mine, but they finished it and they did it right. And the funny thing about it is they worked at the same school, the Pathfinder school, or one of them did and one of them does, and two different techniques. See, this is manageable. It's a little big, but I don't want to. You saw how that thing came apart. But the way I am on these and how I'm going through these stones, I need something this big. So right there is a free set. That this whole set cost me. And it did come in a nice tin, you know, with some material, and I'm using the tin as a char tin. But I would have just saved myself $15 or so. Yeah, they're selling on Amazon Firestones, because I don't remember if it's Chart or Shark. Oh, it's not Shark. I know what Shark is. So it's Chart. They're selling it anywhere from $25 to $45 for something I'm sitting here busting up. Now they're not, you know, they're not pieces like that, but there's a place I think we're going to go tomorrow that may have Chart, because they have arrowheads there. That's hard like this. Oh, this it looked almost smooth, like it was cut, but it wasn't. So, excuse me. If anybody knows a better way to break this rock apart so it's manageable, let me know. But As you can see, I started the fire with flint and steel. So that's a big accomplishment for me because I've never done it. And now I could take this knife, is carbon steel. Now I could take carbon steel and use a rock with a piece of charred material. Where'd my charred can go? Oh, here it is. So I could pin that down with my knife. And use a piece of use a stone, and hopefully get me an ember. Yeah, I mean, I don't really worry about ruining my knife. You know, if it's got some dings on it. I didn't like this case at first, but I figured out that the straps on the side is so you can put it vertical. Yeah, I should be able to do this. See how it's going to break up? Try not to hit it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm hitting it and breaking it up. You know, it's going to take a lot of practice, but if I could do it with this, I can do it with this. And it beat up my knife. Yeah, I don't like that. Sorry. I'm a little OCD. Now I got to go clean it up. But that's what this video was about. I wanted to talk to you guys about being kind to people. There's a lot of people that are just angry. I was driving along, doing the speed limit. How dare I? And somebody decided to tailgate me. So the first thing I do is arm myself, and I'm going straight. He's turning, gets in the turn lane, and he tells me I'm number one. And I looked at him and I'm like, whatever. You know, can't be picking on God's children. That's for one. But two, relax. You know what? If you go 10 miles over the speed limit everywhere, if you think about that calculation, in 1 hour, I'm going to say a minute. So, what did I do? Take 20 seconds out of this guy's life? Not even 10 seconds? But anyway, be kind. God bless you, everyone. Sorry for the short video. I am going to go ahead and try to redo these legs. Maybe another video today. But God bless you. Take care. And I'll catch you all on the flip side.